Okay folks, so we're going to take this pink tungsten jig head here, we're going to turn it into a crappie jig. We're going to be using some green chartreuse Marabou. I'm going to stack in between two layers some holographic crystal flash. And then for a body just behind the head, I'm going to use some crystal flash chenille here. So let's get started. What I do usually is take a good tuft here off the side of one of these feathers, and then I just pull it off. And I want to measure how much tail I want. I like to leave a long tail because I can actually pinch it off. If it's too long and it seems like it's too flowing or something, or the fish just aren't acting right with it, then I will pinch some feathers off and make it shorter and shorter. And you know, if it doesn't work, you can always bring it home and use the old razor blade and take the material off and put new material on. So we're going to stack on one set of Marabou feathers here, but I want to bring this back some because I really would like a decent body on this. So I'm just keeping it down there, and then we're going to take some of our crystal flash here, and if I can find some straight pieces. This thing has gotten a little weird in my container I keep it in, so okay, so I got some crystal flash on here. I don't use a ton of it in there, but what I will do is I will just tie it on because it's a little bit funky because the container I had it in, it got a little kinked. So I'm just going to tie this in here in the center of this Marabou stack, and then I'll come back here and trim them off individually where I want them. I want to keep them almost the same length as the tail, but I usually don't cut them off straight. I like to feather it out so it just looks more natural. And then for our finisher here, we'll just take some more Marabou. And as you get higher on the feathers will get thinner, so you'll have to really decipher on the pieces that you want. That looks good. Also, after I cut this off straight, I take my thumb and index finger and just pull out some of this down that's in there to get to the fibers of the feathers. So it'll hold on there a little bit better. It's not as bulky. Then I just tie this down pretty tight. Coming back to my original spot here. And I take a little bit of my hackle chenille, my crystal flash chenille here. Pull a little bit out just so I can get to the string there. I'm going to tie this in the same way, just stacking everything right on top, bringing it right back down to where I stopped my thread for my tail, bringing it back up to the head, and then you're just wrapping your chenille around, creating a little flashy body there. It's got a little bit of pink underneath it, which I like that. I'll bring my bobbin around here. A few wraps, trimming it off nice and close. And then just finishing off this head here, the neck and the back of the head. That's why I'm using pink thread here too, just so that way it'll match everything. And you can do this however you like there. And I'm just going to use the same thing I always use when it comes down to this. Really don't use a whip finisher. And then that's it. Now you've got two contrasting colors, the chartreuse and the pink. And it's not too overbearing to where it'll be too big, but it's not too small. But there you go. There's your crappie jig with a number 5 tungsten, number 6 Aberdeen hook. Hope you like it.